Hi friends, welcome back to Prashant's Knowledge Center. Here in this video, we will learn about the functions in C language. First of all, let us know what is a function. Here, when we are writing any program, for easy understanding or easy easy execution of the program, we can divide the large programs into basic blocks known as functions. For executing the particular task, we will make a function, and that function can be called any number of times, multiple number of times in the program. And this function contains the set of programming statements enclosed in between the braces. And what is the advantage of the function? By using these functions in C programming, we can avoid rewriting the same code again and again in the program where we have to execute the same task. We can call the already written function, we can call any number of times wherever we want in the program. And by dividing these complex programs into smaller pieces makes our program easy to understand and easy to reuse. And now let us understand what are the types of functions. Here in C language there are two types of functions, that is the standard library functions and user defined functions. All these days we are writing the header files hash include stdio.h, hash include conio.h, like that we are writing the header files. Why we are writing these header files? Because the standard library functions are defined inside different header files saved with extension .h. We need to include these header files in our program to make the use of these library functions. For example, if we want to use printf or scanf, these functions printf and scanf are defined in stdio.h. In the same way, if we want to use square root or power, these are defined in math.h, math.h. So we have to write hash include math.h. So whatever the function that the standard library function we want to use, then that particular header file we have to include in the program. This is all about the standard library function, and these are some of the standard library functions in C language. We all know that stdio.h and conio.h because we are using these two header files in all our programs, and these are the some of the important library functions, the standard header files which are mainly used. String.h means for all the string related library functions we use this, and there's stdlib.h standard library, and math.h as I said use square root power and some cosine sine functions like the trigonometric functions we use, that is those are all defined in this math.h. And time.h, this header file contains all the time related functions. Like this there are some other functions which are defined in other header files also. And coming to the user defined functions, what is a user defined function? Means, for example, we want to make the program simple, and in a program if we are if we have the chance to write the same source code again and again in the same program for executing the same task, then we can make that repeated statements are there na, that repeated statements we can make in a function with some name. That name we can give any name other than the standard library functions or standard int main, like that. Any standard function that should not be there in the library already defined, predefined names we cannot give. We can give any other name other than that, any name we can give. In that name we can create a function, and that function can be called any number of times in the program. By this we can make the program simpler. Now for understanding that, we will see the syntax of the program. This is the syntax of the function, syntax of a program using the function. Here hash include stdio.h, this is the header file, and here void function name. this is the function which I have created. And we all know that the execution of the program starts from void main. Here, when the execution of the program starts, it starts continuing with all the statements, but means executing all the statements. Whenever the function got encountered by the console, whenever the compiler encounters the function name, then the control immediately jumps to this name, this function. Control jumps to this function, and all the statements in this function are executed, and then immediately the control jumps to the next line of this function name. So the execution continues in this way. For example, the same function if you want to call in coming lines of the program, then again the control jumps here, and this will be executed, and again it comes to here. In this way we can make the program simpler and easy. This is all about the introduction of the functions, and in the next classes we will see in detail about the types of functions and how we use in the program by writing a simple example programs. Thank you friends. Please subscribe Prashant's Knowledge Center. Thank you.